Hi, Jessica.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. You're on with Hot Topics in Atlanta, and we're all so excited to see this winter finale of How to Get Away with Murder. The hashtag Under the Sheet has been trending all season, and we're dying to know if there's any clue that you can give us as to who's under that sheet.
The one clue I can give you is shock, awe, surprise. It's going to be one of those shocks that will linger for many weeks to come. That's absolutely what I will predict. I predict that you may want like a nice ice cold beer or a bowl of ice cream next to you, something that's going to cool you down. That's what my prediction is.
Something to ease that shock for sure. So as I watch the show, I always wonder if the cast, as they're sitting down to do their table reads, if they're just as shocked as we are, episode to episode, with all of these crazy changes that you guys do. The show is so unpredictable. So can you give us an idea of what it's like to sit down at those table reads every week?
You know, it's a lot more cheerful than you would imagine, and you would have to know the actors who are on this show. Many of the young actors, very difficult to shock them. We have a lot of laughs. Whenever something is really shocking is revealed, we have a ton of laughs. Because at our table reads always happen during lunch break. So there's catering, so everyone gets their plate, they get something to drink, some iced tea, some water, we sit down, and then we just hunker down, we do it. And the writers are there, the producers are there, and it's a lot of laughs. Now, of course, there was not a lot of laughs, when it came to, the episode where when we found out who was killed. But that being said, it's usually way more buoyant than you can imagine. Very difficult. I think we all know that it's a shocking TV show, so we've just given ourselves over to that.
Okay, so Thursday night's episode is the winter finale, and it'll be a few months before you guys are back on in January. What can you tell the fans to expect come January?
Okay, we just read episode 11. I'm telling you, my heart is pounding because I just feel that many things will begin to be answered. I think the past is catching up with all of us. So as much as you've seen the characters and the storylines kind of going off the rails, I think the last part of the season can be summed up with everything will start to come together. Everything from the last 3 years will slowly come together in a way that probably is just as heart-pounding as anything that's transpired this season. I'll tell you that. And really, characters have a reckoning. Characters are, especially me, Annalise. I think people are out to get Annalise, They're just, they're doing me dirty.
So speaking of your character, Annalise, there's a lot of things to love about her, and then there's some things that are kind of shady. I wonder if you would agree that in some ways Annalise is very much a villain as she is a protagonist in this series.
Yeah, I would consider her to be an anti-hero, and I love anti-heroes. I especially love anti-heroes when they're women. I feel oftentimes that women are written in a way, a lot of times, to be likable, to be warm, to be maternal. And I think that people miss things in our pathology when they do that. I think they were a lot more complicated than that. And I think that we should be allowed to do the same thing that men do on television, which is just to be complicated, to be morally complicated even. And it's certainly fun to play. It really is. I love it.
Absolutely, and you've done a fantastic job playing this role, so congratulations on all the success with the show, and best of luck with the season finale and the episodes to come. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with Hot Topics.
Thank you, Jessica.